I know what you're thinking. He looks like the most innocent guy ever. Like he could work in the IT department, but he was actually involved in a gambling scheme.
The saga surrounding Kanye West and his wife, Bianca Censori, has taken the internet by storm, with allegations, rumors, and courtroom drama painting a picture of a tumultuous relationship and a web of controversial associations. At the center of this whirlwind is Bianca's father, Leo, a figure whose past is as colorful as the headlines he's now generating. Leo, who might appear unassuming at first glance, like someone who could blend into an IT department, has a history that includes involvement in a gambling scheme in Australia and multiple convictions, notably for possession of a loaded firearm. This background adds a layer of complexity to his current role as a concerned father demanding accountability from Kanye West. According to sources, Leo has insisted that Kanye and Bianca fly to Australia to address concerns over her provocative, often X-rated outfits, which have sparked widespread debate. This demand comes on the heels of reports that Bianca's mother previously attempted to intervene, expressing fears about Kanye's allegedly controlling behavior. One insider described Kanye as parading Bianca around like a trashy naked trophy pony, a phrase that has resonated across social media and fueled speculation about the dynamics of their relationship. The narrative has escalated with claims that Bianca is preparing to speak out about the challenges she's faced in her marriage to Kanye. Sources suggest she possesses a recording involving herself, Kanye, and Sean Diddy Combs, allegedly depicting them in compromising and highly controversial circumstances. This revelation has sent shockwaves through fan communities, particularly as Kanye's public behavior has grown increasingly erratic. His outspoken support for Diddy, despite the latter's own legal troubles, has raised eyebrows, especially after Kanye's brief appearance at a courthouse where he reportedly left after just 10 minutes. Speculation abounds that his abrupt exit was prompted by testimony from a Jane Doe witness whose statements may have implicated Kanye and Bianca in connection to Diddy's notorious freak-off parties. The internet is buzzing with theories, and fans are piecing together timelines, with Bianca's January birthday and a reported Vegas trip last year adding fuel to the speculation. Kanye's public persona has long been polarizing, but recent events have intensified scrutiny. His divorce from Kim Kardashian marked a turning point, after which his behavior became increasingly unpredictable. The Grammy Awards earlier this year became a flashpoint when Bianca appeared on the red carpet in a barely there outfit, prompting Kanye to launch into a social media tirade. In a series of posts, he declared, "I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke feminist nonsense. She's dating a millionaire. Why would she listen to any of you stupid broke beaches?" He went on to assert that Bianca's attire was her choice, but only with his approval, stating, "She definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval. You stupid woke pawns." These comments, laced with defiance and a rejection of criticism, only deepened concerns about his influence over Bianca. He further claimed, "Anyone who called my wife's Grammy look a stunt is dumb and lame. She'd been dressed nude for 2 years now. All of a sudden, it's a stunt. Every single BTCH on the earth wishes they had her boldness, physique, platform, and access to money, plus a spouse that supports their personal expression." The remarks painted a picture of a man unapologetic about his control, framing it as empowerment while dismissing detractors as envious. Bianca's family, particularly her father Leo, has not remained silent. Sources report that Leo wants to confront Kanye directly, questioning how he would feel if his own daughters, North or Chicago, were seen in public in similarly revealing outfits endorsed by their partners. He knows Kanye would never tolerate it for his own girls, an insider said. So why is it all right for his wife? The family's distress extends beyond Leo, with friends and relatives reportedly mortified by Bianca's Grammy appearance. They argue that her outfits are not only inappropriate but potentially illegal, setting a poor example. The contrast between Kanye's heavily layered clothing and Bianca's near nudity at the event, where he reportedly offered her no cover despite her apparent discomfort, has been a point of contention. Her parents are distressed because they don't recognize her anymore, a source claimed. She wouldn't be doing this unless she was being controlled. The allegations of control extend beyond fashion choices. Insiders claim Kanye exerts tight restrictions over Bianca's life, dictating what she wears, eats, and even when she can speak. One source alleged she can't talk until spoken to. She must dress what he tells her, eat what he selects, and work out, even if Kanye himself doesn't. These claims paint a troubling picture of a relationship where Bianca's autonomy is severely limited, with Kanye allegedly convincing her that they are royalty and that she no longer has a mind of her own. The narrative of control has gained traction, with many speculating that Bianca's potential legal action against Kanye could expose these dynamics in detail. If she files a case, as sources suggest she might, it could include the rumored recording involving Kanye and Diddy, potentially blowing the lid off their relationship and Kanye's associations. Kanye's connection to Diddy has become a significant part of the story, particularly given Diddy's own legal battles. Kanye's public support for Diddy, including a social media outburst where he called for Diddy's release and referred to him as "my brother Puff," has raised questions about his judgment. Donald Trump, please free my brother Puff. Free Puff Puff. We adore you, Kanye wrote, adding, I stood up for Puff and am still winning Grammys next year and performing the Super Bowl. He went on to claim that his support for Diddy was completely selfish, citing a need to uncover attempts to out black moguls. These statements, combined with his brief courthouse appearance, have led to speculation that Kanye may be more deeply entangled in Diddy's controversies than previously thought. The Jane Doe testimony, which reportedly alluded to Kanye and Bianca without directly naming them, has only intensified these suspicions. The Jane Doe account, as reported by a court insider, describes a disturbing incident in Vegas involving a rapper, his wife, and a group of people engaging in explicit activities. The timeline aligns with Bianca's birthday in January, and the mention of a rapper's wife has led many to point fingers at Kanye and Bianca. According to the witness, she was pressured to remove her clothing during the encounter, with Kanye and another individual allegedly becoming aggressive. She recounted locking eyes with a man believed to be Kanye and mouthing the word, "help," only for him to look away. This chilling detail has added weight to the narrative that Bianca may be a victim in Kanye's world, caught in a web of manipulation and coercion. Further complicating the story are allegations from other women who have accused Kanye of inappropriate behavior. Singer Nikki Heaton shared a disturbing account of a studio session where she and her manager encountered Kanye and Diddy. According to Heaton, the atmosphere was immediately unsettling, with drinks served that she later suspected were spiked. She described Kanye and Diddy exchanging glances and pressuring her to disrobe, with the situation escalating to the point where her shirt was torn. I'm like, this is not good, she recalled, noting that she tried to play off the situation while growing increasingly apprehensive. Heaton's account mirrors other allegations against Kanye, including those from his former assistant, Lauren Pisciotta, who claims she was subjected to inappropriate conduct, including graphic text messages and an incident where Kanye allegedly pleasured himself in front of her on a private jet. Pisciotta's lawsuit also includes claims that Kanye poisoned her drink at a Diddy-hosted event, leaving her with little memory of the night until Kanye later recounted the events in detail. These overlapping allegations have created a storm of controversy, with Kanye at the center. The claims from Heaton and Pisciotta, combined with the Jane Doe testimony and Bianca's rumored plans to speak out, suggest a pattern of troubling behavior. The alleged recording involving Kanye, Bianca, and Diddy could be a pivotal piece of evidence if it surfaces, potentially corroborating the accounts of multiple women. For now, the public is left speculating, with social media platforms like X abuzz with reactions. Fans and critics alike are grappling with the implications of these stories, with some expressing sympathy for Bianca and others condemning Kanye's actions. The narrative is far from over, and the potential fallout could be significant. If Bianca moves forward with legal action, as sources predict, it could mark a turning point in how Kanye's behavior is perceived. Her family's concerns, particularly Leo's insistence on confronting Kanye on the gravity of the situation. The contrast between Kanye's public bravado and the private allegations paints a complex picture of a man whose influence and control are being questioned. As the story unfolds, the world is watching, waiting to see how Bianca's voice and the rumored recording might reshape the narrative around one of music's most controversial figures.